What's up everyone, I'm CallumOnToast, and in today's video I'm going to be showcasing some battles submitted to the channel by fellow content creator Silverfang GBL. And if you're wondering about the overlay and why I'm chilling in the top right hand corner of the screen, Silverfang sent in these battles along with the overlay in his usual style and requested for me to keep it in, so that ends up being a lot less work for me, so of course I was happy to say yes. Now, I've mentioned a few times on my channel about the inspiration of my Battle of Spice competition that I run every Go Battle Day, which, by the way, is coming up this Sunday, so do watch out for that. But it did come from Zionic running a similar Spice competition, in which I made it to the final 10, but I wasn't able to pick up the win. Well, this is actually the trainer that won, so if they're beating me of all people in a Spice competition, I think you can have some pretty high expectations with these battles. And with that being said, let's just get into the question of the day. Which content creators' battles would you love to see me shoutcast here on the channel in the future? I've showcased a few content creators in the past few days, and I think it's a great way to help other channels grow, so let me know in the comment section down below. And with that being said, let's get into the battles now. Now, I realized that in that intro I didn't actually mention anything about the team or the fact that you should definitely go check out Silverfang's channel if you do enjoy these battles, but let's just get straight into it. We're leading with a Shadow Dragonite into Obstagoon, and you can see we're actually not running Superpower, we're running Dragon Claw and Draco Meteor, which might take opponents off guard here. We're going to go straight for the Dragon Claw. The opponent no shields it, knowing it could be a Superpower, but expecting a bait, and that's really unfortunate that we don't have Superpower here. We're just going to let this next charge move go through. We should live it. The opponent actually goes for Obstruct, so we swap into our Chandelure. We've got a shield advantage, and the opponent throws an awkward time, so we can safely shield this up. They go for another Obstruct, but we should be able to get the Incinerate farm down, come out with 100 energy, so we're going to go straight for a Shadow Ball here into a Dragonite that comes in. It lands, it does big damage. We now make it to the Flame Charge, and this might even grab the shield from the opponent, and it does just that. The opponent's going to have to throw a charge move here to take us out, and they're going to do that. So now we should be able to come in with our Shadow Ursaring here, get the Shadow Claw farm down, and what do they have in the back? They've got a Wall Rain. We could go for the close combat here, but we're instead going to farm to the Hyper Beam, and this will be doing huge damage to the Wall Rain, actually one-shotting them, and we take that game. Into the next battle, we see a Talonflame in the lead, a very good lead for our Shadow Dragonite, although they probably do win the zero shield scenario here, going straight for a Brave Bird. We go for the Dragon Claw, and we should be respecting the damage here, and we are. It's just a Flame Charge, unfortunately, but they wouldn't make it to another charge move in time anyways, so they do swap out into a Swampert. This is also a really good matchup for the Dragonite. We're going to overfarm here, throwing just before they make it to Hydro Cannon number 2. We grab a shield, and honestly, we might double shield in this matchup here. If we do grab both shields, that's fine, but also we kind of need this Dragon Breath damage here up against the Swampert. We go for Dragon Claw number 2 against the Swampert, grabbing the final shield from the opponent, and now this Hydro Cannon will take us out, but we can come in with our Shadow Ursaring, go for a Shadow Claw farm down, but not before they make it to another Hydro Cannon, and this will do a lot of damage to a Shadow Ursaring, but we do get the farm down. We come out with a decent amount of energy. We swap into Chandelure, and they've got a Venusaur in the back. This is really good for us. We go for a Shadow Ball. Interesting play here. I think we should just go for the Flame Charge. Everything they throw is going to be resisted anyway, so we might as well boost our attack, but they go for the Sludge Bomb there, and the opponent's going to have to throw a charge move to take us out. And they go for the Flame Charge. It does take us out. We come in with the Ursaring, and we go for a full farm down there and take that game. Into the next battle, we see a Charizard in the lead. Now, this is a bit tricky, of course, running Dragon Claw, but we're going to let the first move go through. It's not enough damage to take us out, and now we will go for a Dragon Claw here, farming up as much as possible before getting farmed down. And at this point, the opponent is able to farm us down, but that's fine. We come in with the Chandelure, going to let the first move go through. The opponent goes for a Dragon Claw. They should make it to a second Dragon Claw in time. We're still going to let this go through, save our shields for our Ursaring, and now we're going to go for a Shadow Ball into the Ursaring that swaps in. The opponent uses both of their shields. We now come in with the Ursaring, and at this point we are going to start to use our own shields, shielding up the Icicle Spear. And are we going to go for the close combat? No, we're going to keep on farming, making sure we don't debuff our defense straight away. We now farm and go for the Hyper Beam, getting to nearly 100 energy. Hyper Beam one-shots yet another Ursaring. They come in with Surfetched here. We'll make it to the close combat. How much damage will this do? It one-shots the Surfetched as well, and we get a Shadow Claw, farm down up against Charizard, and take that game. Into the next battle, we see Giratina in the lead. A pretty good lead for us here, although of course these Dragon Claws will do a lot of damage, but we are hitting for massive super effective damage with the Dragon Breaths here, and this is a matchup where it would be great if we had superpower, but unfortunately we don't. But we still grab the shield because of the threat here, but we haven't farmed to a second superpower here, so we go for the Dragon Claw. We still get both shields though. That's absolutely huge. And now we come in with the Chandelure, gonna call a bait, but the opponent full sends a Wild Charge there, and with a couple more sparks that does take us out, which is really unfortunate. But now we're going to come in with the Ursaring, shield up the Wild Charge, get a full Shadow Claw farm down, come out with a bit of energy, and we've already seen that Ursaring with energy is so deadly. We make it to yet another Hyper Beam, and Hyper Beam one-shots the Poliwrath from nearly full health, and at this point the opponent is just going to concede the match there. So Ursaring, when shields are down, is just absolutely devastating so far. Into the next battle, we see a Poliwrath in the lead. Gonna have to respect the damage from an Ice Punch here. No, actually we're not, and we do actually live that, so that's good to know. But unfortunately we keep on over farming and we don't throw here, so they do now grab a shield anyways. We're gonna go for a Dragon Claw. Honestly, they might not shield at this point, and the opponent actually does shield, so we're gonna go for another Dragon Claw, and this should get the Poliwrath very low, or actually just take them out. They come in with Cresselia, we swap into the Ursaring, baiting out a Charizard, and once again gonna full send the Hyper Beam here. Typically Charizard would resist everything, but Hyper Beam takes out the Charizard, and at this point we're looking to be in a very good position. They go for a Moonblast, it doesn't quite take us out. We make it to a close combat in time, and does the opponent know the counts for Shadow Ursaring? They do not, as they end up shielding a resisted charge move, and at this point it's looking really good for us. We could probably still live a Future Sight if they're running it, but it doesn't look like they are. We make it to the Shadow Ball in time, and this will be enough damage to take out the Cresselia, and we take that game. So into the next battle, another Giratina in the lead. Once again, great, but actually no, they are running Dragon Breath, so that makes it a lot trickier. But then they swap into a Grand Ball, so they might be running Giratina, Double Charm. Not a lineup I've seen for a while, but it was pretty common at one point. They do barely make it to a crunch here, so we're going to have to shield this up, which is really unfortunate, but we should be able to barely make it to a Shadow Ball before they get the farm down, and we're actually going to commit a shield here, go for that Shadow Ball, and this will do huge damage, easily take them out there. So we do grab a shield from the opponent, but we're in a really rough spot right now. We come in with the Dragonite, we do make it to the Dragon Claw in time before they can get to a charge move of their own. The opponent probably going to go for a farm down there, so we swap into our Ursaring, we go for the close combat on a CMP tie with this Obstagoon, one-shotting the Obstagoon here, and can we make it to a charge move? No, we cannot, but is this Giratina going to be able to farm us down in time, or will we get the farm down? No, unfortunately, they did bank a lot of energy there, making it to a second Dragon Claw, taking out Dragonite and taking that game. Into the next battle, a very rough lead into Ursaring. We're going to swap into Chandelure, and they respond with a Shadow Charizard, so we can live a Dragon Claw from this range, although that does a lot of damage. We're now going to go for a Flame Charge bait, grabbing a shield from the opponent, and we go for a second Flame Charge. I don't think we would have made it to the Shadow Ball, but we grab both shields, so that's really good for us. We now come in with the Shadow Dragonite, and this Dragon Claw will do huge damage, but we're going to let it go through, and we should be able to make it. No, we barely don't make it in time. At this point, I think we just let Dragonite go down, come in with the Ursaring, get the Shadow Claw farm down. We will now start using shields, and once again, when shields are down, Shadow Ursaring is going to put in so much work. They come in with the Ursaring. We are going to let this move go through. Icicle Spear does quite a lot of damage, to be fair, and the opponent goes and swaps into Venusaur. We're going to go for the Hyper Beam. Hyper Beam one-shots the Venusaur, and can we make it to to the close combat. No, we died with the move there. I think we should have got that off, unless I just saw that wrong. I think we should have been able to win that game. That was really unfortunate. But Hyper Beam once again nuking a Venusaur this time around. And into the next battle, we see Jellicent in the lead, and they do full send the Shadow Ball there, so that's good. Didn't bait with a Surf or anything like that. We go for the Dragon Claw. We get them very low, and we don't swap out here. But this is just going to be a Surf, so we can let it go through. Absolutely fine with that. And the opponent's going to come in with an Empoleon, so not ideal for us, but we could have superpower, so we probably grab a shield here, and we do grab the shield, and now we're going to go for the Draco Meteor. No, we don't get there. I think we should have just gone for a Dragon Claw, as they don't know we're not running superpower. We shield up the Hydro Cannon here, and this is going to be very difficult to win now that we don't have shields from them. The opponent shields up the close combat, they come in with a Surfetch, and now this might be a lifeline, although it's very likely that they run Night Slash, and they are running just that. We will be able to get to a Flame Charge here, winning the CMP tie up against Surfetch, which is a very glassy Pokemon in its own right, but we take out the Surfetch, they get the farm down. Can we make it to a charge move? No, they're already at another Hydro Cannon, and unfortunately that does take us out, and we lose that game. But into the next battle, we see a Steelix in the lead, gonna swap into the Chandelure straight away. The opponent's staying in initially, they're just gonna go for a Psychic Fang, so we will let this move go through. And it doesn't do too much damage, but it does debuff our defense, making these Dragon Tails hit a lot harder. We go for a Flame Charge, grabbing a shield, and we'll make it to a second Flame Charge before this opponent can get the farm down. And this will grab the final shield from the opponent nice and early, so things aren't looking too bad for us, but they do have quite a lot of energy, and they can keep on debuffing us with the Psychic Fang. So we actually come in with the Shadow Dragonite here. They go for the debuff, and now we swap into Ursaring. I like this play, making sure Ursaring doesn't take too many debuffs. We're now gonna let the next Psychic Fangs go through. They come in with a Virizion here. We're going to shield this up, and we should be able to make it to a Hyper Beam in time. And we're going to go straight for it. Hyper Beam up against Virizion. One-shots the Virizion once again, and they come in with a Charm Gramble. Unfortunately, yeah, there's not a lot we can do there, but that was still fun anyways. So that's going to be it for today's video. If you did enjoy it, make sure you leave a like, leave a comment letting me know, and as well, don't forget to respond to the question of the day if you haven't done so already. And as for my response, I'm going to go with Chillis FM. I think he's a really underrated YouTuber. I've said it a few times for different question of the days, but yeah, I think I would really enjoy shoutcasting some of his battles. But if you want to see more content like this in the future, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications. That way you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. And with that being said, thank you all so much for watching today's video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.